Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. This weekend, Houston Collecticon. I will be there, section 43. Shout out to Ray, Shining Cards and Collectibles. He has booked an entire section, of which I have one table within it. So come find us, come say hi. Today's video, I've done a lot of free Collecticon videos where I did recommendations, how I lay out my tables, a lot more image heavy. This one's going to be a little bit quicker. I'll try to remember to link playlist above where I talk about Collecticons and vending them and how they went and little tips and tricks. This is more going to be what I'm bringing. I'll probably talk a little bit about like my thoughts on why I'm bringing what I'm bringing, but at the end, I've got some bangers at the end. I have a couple dozen cards that are intended to ultimately go to the vault. They're my former collection that I've not had listed for quite some time. So I do have some bangers at the end. Make sure you stay tuned for those. Pretty common theme in a lot of these cards that you'll see, especially off the bat, liquidity. I want to take stuff down there, and I don't want to take it home. That's the trend. Everything here is a stack. As you can see, naturally, the fattest stack is Celebrations Charizard PSA 10. Some amount of these cards are listed on eBay. I will quantity zero all of these before I bring them. That way that I don't have things double sell. I've got some Chinese Champions Festivals. I've got some PSA 9, the grading misses. You know, though, you know how it is. You don't miss as often as you hit when you know how to pre-grade. We'll get into that a little bit deeper in a little bit here when I show some other stuff that I'm bringing. But Pikachu on the balls, that 9 stack is a little bit taller than the 10. It is what it is there. Got some Scarlet and Violet. I don't know exactly what quantities I'll bring. These are the ones I've set aside. Some of these I have significantly more quantity. Like I know these I have significant more quantity. This is all the PSA 10 Celebration Charizards I have left on hand, but I do have a lot more probably coming back in future returns. Unfortunately, in this video, you will not see any Beckett cards, but 2 Beckett submissions, 2 Beckett returns should be landing next week before I go to Houston. So there might be quite a bit of black labels over my section. So be sure to stay tuned to my Instagram this week. Maybe I'll make a short out of them. But yeah, there'll definitely be some black labels in tow. I don't think I've ever sold a graded booster pack at a Collecticon. That said, I've probably only brought them once or twice. I think I brought a base set first edition PSA 9 Charizard art for like $4 grand, $5 grand, whatever it was. That ultimately sold on eBay relatively recently, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I'm going to bring, not a ton, but I'll bring a few. I'll just be interested to hear if people have any commentary about them, any questions about them, any interesting conversations are stirred up from there. I'm going to pause really briefly and pop new stuff on screen. So these are the obligatory Nagaba evolutions. I made that video, linked above. Our PSA 10's participation trophies. Not going to get into the whole thing. A lot of people were hurt by that video, misconstrued it. Whatever. It is what it is. You'll be very interested to see the change in my pricing from PSA 10s to CGC 10s. Obviously, they're at par. The only one that stands out, if you look at comps of like low list and last sold Umbreon, PSA 10 versus CGC Pristine 10, and note this is the Pristine 10, much harder to grade. Harder to grade. I don't know if much harder to grade is fair, but harder to grade, pretty much the same price. I list and sell them at pretty much the same price, but cheaper grading, a little bit quicker turnaround time. Wait till you see how they're priced as black labels. Pause this quickly, go to eBay, look up sales at black labels. Significantly harder to grade, those ones I will say. Instead of having 80-90% 10 rates, maybe 10%-ish black label rates on some of the cards. I don't know even how many black labels I have coming back, but it's a decent few, I think. I looked at my Umbreons, and yeah, there's going to be some black labels to be had. But very, very interesting to see that the market actually, when you have participation trophy 10s, not that every PSA 10 is a participation trophy. Take it easy out there. Don't get yourself too worked up. But when you have a card that is too easy to grade at PSA, as of now, the market clearly shows with a 10x plus on a lot of these cards. 10x plus. Look at last sold, look at low list for black labels. 10 times or more black label premium. So clearly there must be something to the whole participation trophy, people actually wanting a challenge to grade a card. Whether or not it's replicable, blah, 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 different video. I'm going to bring maybe 100, 200 Nagaba Evolution packs. I did get a grasp. I never remembered how many exactly I had left, but to the right of me over there, I have 500 exactly. So I'm keeping 500. Everything in excess of 500, I'm bringing with me. I know I have 250 counts. Maybe it's 140, 100. I don't think it was quite 150 because I think I did 2 bundles of 50, and then I have 40-ish loose. So about 140 more. I have a lot of these. I don't know how many of these I have exactly. This is not all of them. I'm going to bring sets. These ones I did not yet go through. I probably will if I have time this week. Try to go through and like grab out black label quality. I'm not going to try to grab out PSA or CGC 10 quality because I'm not going to grade anymore right now. I mean, there's no margins there at these prices. But I'm probably going to sub a little more to BGS. Look at the comps, you'll see why. But yeah, I'm going to bring some amount of these. I'll be interested to see. It'll be interesting to have literally every flavor of Nagaba Evolution. This is what I say when I want, like, I wish the margin was better. Early on, the margins were great, and I did do fairly well on these overall. Cash sales will do well for me even at these prices. But yeah, I have the Gem Mint 10s at CGC. I have the Pristine 10s, the PSA 10s, the Black Labels, the BGS Pristines. I have the Raw. I have the Sealed. This is like I mean, when you buy 5,000 packs or 3,000 packs, however many Nagaba packs I bought, I don't remember. I bought 1,000 that were canceled, and then I bought 1,000 more, and 1,000 more, and 1,000 more. At least 3,000. I probably bought 500 left sealed. I did buy some of these. I opened and assembled myself. Complete sets. This is a complete set, Sylveon through Eevee. I mean, Eevee through Sylveon if you go the right direction. But yeah, it'll be interesting just to see how people navigate having all flavors of Eevee Nagabas in one half of one case. Like, we'll just be devoted to Nagaba Evolutions. If they start doing very poorly, if I don't move any half of Saturday, I might like contract those down and kind of consolidate them so that they're not taking up so much real estate and performing so poorly. I will pack my bags with a couple of the shoe boxes. I'm probably going to, if I had to guess, bring my wife is coming with me to Houston, so I'll probably be able to bring hopefully my Zion case full, and then maybe 3 shoe boxes worth of cards. So hopefully I'll be in the vicinity of 400 slabs or so. We'll have to see how many I end up getting in there. But yeah, there's also this. I did have these at Dallas. I only sold a couple. I slashed the price of all of these by $50. So if they're $225 now, they were $275. These ones were $225. These ones were, yeah, every price is reduced by $50. I think I moved 2 maybe Raw Champions festivals at the whole time. These are not 10 worthy. 7s, 8, 9s if I had to guess. Most of them, probably the average ones being 8s. That's just how a lot of them came fresh out of the packs for the English. The Japanese was a lot easier to grade. This one's really funny. This one I posted on Instagram recently. Pause it. I got the I know what I have right there. $100. Why is this one $100? Tell me. It'll be hard to see because I almost covered it with the price sticker. But yeah, pause. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what I have here and why it's $100. Let me pause again briefly. Get these Nagabas out of the way. So I have a little bit of good stuff here, a little bit of base first. A lot of these were with me at Charlotte. That's why they're priced. I might need to, I think I actually just took on consignment a set of these, and they listed the first place at $400, second and third at $300 each. So this is more like $1,000 set. I will need to update the price on that. The other ones are probably close-ish enough. These ones, if they don't sell, they're going to go to the eBay vault. I probably said that about Charlotte, and I just didn't quite get to it. I've been very happy. Right below me, you can see my whole consignment information. If you're interested, feel free to email me, DM me, find me somewhere. I'll get in touch with you. But yeah, here's another little pile of goodies. I do have on consignment from Gem Mint Pokemon some of his web packs that I will be bringing along. Got some staff Charizards. Getting into some decent stuff here. Started picking up my playmat. We got a Dark Dragonite that I took in trade on something last show. I've got a couple random. I need to just auction these eventually if they don't sell. A couple Naruto cards. Some random stuff. And then let me quickly go to... So I have a shoebox full of these. Not quite full. I see there's 67 listings. I don't know if you can see it. I can see it on my screen. Yeah, there we go. 67 listings. These are all my former collection PSA 9 holo from Skyridge, Expedition, and Aquapolis. There are, I mean, there's 32 in each set, so there would be 96, some amount of them sold. But yeah, I think I'll be able to fit all these. What I'll probably do for pricing, at the time that I listed these a month to 3 months ago, I was low list on eBay. These I'm not like super, I don't need to move them. I'm fine not moving them. I'll probably take what I had them on eBay and knock about 15 to 20% off. And that'll be like a cash price. If someone's bundling, if someone's buying a bunch of stuff, cash money, $100 bills, I'll probably come down a little bit, but I'll be fairly firm on these relative to the other stuff. If someone wants to scoop all the Nagabas, if someone wants to scoop all the Celebrations Charizards, there's going to be a little bit more wiggle room on those, more replicable. These are not replicable. These I'm not buying near mint in quantity on TCG Player and grading at very, very high 10 rates. These are not participation trophy 10s. As you can see, all I have are 9s. I don't have any 10s. But yeah, all these likely should be there. I mean, it's kind of painful. Once you scroll down too low, you start looking at these mint from $1,000 heavy packs, from $30,000 booster boxes. These mint 9 holos being sub $100, being less than a PSA 10 Celebrations Charizard. Too painful if you think about it too long. But anyways, those will all be there. I figured it was easier to just show my eBay listings, all of which I will quantity zero when I go, and anything that sells, I'll make sure that I don't double sell it. But yeah, that was the easiest way to send that. And then finally, I have my super juicy pile. You know, you got to start off with not one Moonbreon. Oh, I don't know how that was supposed to be in a different pile. That one kind of stands out as being much lesser than the others here. So we got a couple different flavors. We got your modern, we got your vintage, and then we got like the derpy hand-drawn Umbreon in between the two Moonbreons. This one's been drifting down. I had it for $900, slashing the price down $100. I was surprised. I know PK. Shout out to PK. He sold one last convention in Charlotte for $900 on behalf of one of his consigners, I believe. He did the in-person consignments there. I'm going to see if I can get 800. I had mine for 900 all last convention, and a couple people looked at it, talked about it. No one bought it though. Got a PSA. I used to sell these for $4,000, towards $5,000. I've graded and sold so many of these 2019 Japanese Champions Festivals. I know ZNG Emporium had an auction relatively recently that was about $1,400, and he just had one end more recently that ended at 18 and a half maybe. So I priced off that. It was nice to see kind of it hit a low number and then it bounced up. Was that one paid? I have no idea. But yeah, I miss the days that I was selling these for $4K a piece. I'm still doing well at $1,700 if I'm able to get a $1,700 cash sale. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Here's where we're getting into some of the prior collector boy Dan, some of the bangers that I talked about. I paused 3 times during this video, and I couldn't pause in time for my sneeze. But sorry for that. I'm not going to edit that out. So we've got a couple fan clubs. PSA 9. I'm very much a PSA 9 collector. Used to be. So yeah, we got some heat here. Whatever doesn't sell of these are all likely headed to the eBay vault in late 2023, early 2024. These are like some of the last remnants, because I had my full art trophy Pikachu in a safe deposit box. That one's now in the eBay vault. These are my last remnants. The eBay, not the eBay vault. The bank safe deposit box vault is nearly emptied now. These were the last few holdouts. These are going to subsequently go to the eBay vault, presuming they don't sell. I have them priced fairly high. Low list on these on eBay is all massively high. There are a couple that are cheaper than me in BGS 8 or CGC 8 condition. But as far as the condition goes, there are none listed cheaper that I saw. There are some recent sales that are lower, but a lot of these don't have sales within the past 90 days. So I will have a little bit of heat with me at Houston if there's any high rollers wishing to dabble in some 100 intended distribution cards with extra copies. Some of these, I forget, I'm not an expert. Probably Kecleon, because I priced it so much higher. I did look at the PSA Pop total graded. I want to say Chespin had 30-something graded. Delphox might have been in the 20s. Kecleon low double digits, maybe a little bit over 10 were graded total. Probably an extra copy situation. Some of these winners released their cards, some of them didn't. It's a whole thing. I'm not really like much of a historian. I'm not much of an expert on like the releases of cards, so I don't make that type of video. Shout out to DJ Gigabyte. Shout out, like, there are probably great videos out there from other people. If you search like 2015 Pokemon Art Academy and you want to learn more about the history of how these cards were awarded and how people won them. So yeah, really looking forward to Houston. Expecting to have a great time, as I always do at these conventions. Let me know if you have any questions. As always, I know I'm going to get a couple messages. I'm going to get a couple comments. Hey, can I take this card? Can I take that card? These are like cash prices at the convention. Anything that doesn't sell, I mean, some of them will just be listed. A lot of these I will have deep quantity of. Like a lot of the Nagabas, I'm going to bring only half of what I have. You'll probably see active listings on my eBay for some of these cards that I'm bringing, because I'm bringing 10 of them and I have 15 more here and 25. Like, I have a lot of quantity of a lot of the early stuff. And as I know this has been I guess I'll cover a little bit of a tip or a trick. Shout out again to PK. He mentioned that the way that he ran it, and I mean, I've done it many times before too. I have a lot of one-off cards in my case. A lot of one-off card, just there's no pile. But like in Dallas, prior to Dallas at other conventions, I've just gone in with stacks. Like a lot of, I'm not going to hide the fact that I have quantity on a lot of these, and it won't matter. Like people won't care that I have 10 or 20 PSA 10 Celebrations Charizards. Those cards just sell in high quantity. Like if someone wants to use that as a bargaining chip against me, like, oh, I see you got 20 of those. I'm gonna offer 50%. Like, no, go away. I'll just auction them all on eBay. I'll have someone buy me out 80%. I mean, I think I listed 10% under what they go for, but things like that, like I'm not worried. I'm not worried showing the quantity I have. My whole YouTube channel is just talking about grading thousands, hundreds of the same cards. Like those plays just run deep, and I'm not worried about showing the quantity. Whereas like all the Aquapolis, the Expedition, the Skyridge, those are one-off. Like that's part of the reason why I'll stay more firm. Like I'll definitely have a little bit of wiggle room on the Charizards, but if someone wants one, oh, I see they're 160 bucks a piece. I want one. I see you have 20. I'll give you 100 bucks for one. That's not going to happen. If you want to talk a percentage to take them all, absolutely. Come find me. Section 43. If you want to try to say I'm going to pay you 50%, 60% because you have 20 of them, no. I'm going to have to find a way to cut this in. I completely neglected the boxes behind me. Fossil First Edition, base set 2, will be available sealed. There's a chance that I might end up opening them, weighing out the packs, selling heavy light. If I do Fossil heavy, I believe I'll do 500 for heavies, 250 for lights. And the way that I'll price it, I usually try to knock 50 to 100 bucks off if you take an art set. So it'll be $500 heavies, $250 lights, $700 art sets for lights. Probably $1,400, $1,450 art sets for heavies. Base set 2, if I end up breaking that one, it'll probably be about the same. $500 heavy, $250 lights. I'd rather sell them sealed. We'll see how it goes, though. I'm going to play that one by ear. I do have them in acrylic cases, just so for transit, so they don't get crushed or anything. Hopefully TSA won't open them on me. If TSA decides to open them on me, then I'm selling them as heavy as light, and I'll have to weigh them at the convention before I start my day. I do have Jungle. I have most of the heavies left for Jungle. I'm doing those at $550 each. If you want an art set, it would be $1,500. Sorry, I'm just looking down at my notes here for pricing. Lights will be $275. Light art sets will be $750 if you're interested. For the Jungle, for the base, I only have 2 heavies left. 10 of my 12 heavies sold the night that I ripped the box. I tried sourcing a second base box. I couldn't find one at a price point that I was looking to get that I could make decent margin. So yeah, I only have 2 heavy base set packs left. I'm going to say 700 firm on those. Maybe I probably should go 750 each on them, but I'll stay 700 just because that's what I've been getting on them. $2,000 art sets. I sold 3 art sets, just boom like that. And then $350 for light packs from base. I'll probably do Charizard art for $375, Venusaur and Blastoise for $350. If you want an art set, it'll be a clean $1,000. But yeah, I completely forgot about those boxes behind me. That is a pretty big portion of dollar-wise what I'm bringing, and it also just it needed to be said in the video. Feel free to reach out if you're interested. I do have a couple packs like pre-reserved. A couple people plan on ripping in Houston, so I'll be there. I'll be there for you. I appreciate everyone watching. I will catch you all later.